Day 3. How do you get good at sales? Last 2 days were fucking good. And I woke up this morning and I thought I was going to get straight into it. Let's fucking run this up. Because the main thing I've been thinking about is being good at sales isn't about being the loudest. Isn't about being the most slick. It's not about, there's a bit, but like you don't have to be the most confident. It's about being calm, regulated. What I mean by that is like you're not fucking jamming up when everyone says anything. You're not getting triggered when someone doesn't say what you want them to. You're not fucking fretting around. You need to be in control. You need to be certain. The overarching theme is relaxed authority. So what I teach is that I don't give a fuck if you close framework. And that's closed me fucking millions of dollars of sales. Because I just don't give a fuck. And that allows me to stay calm. That allows me to be in control. Because if I don't care if they buy, then I'm not going to care. Whereas if I want them to buy, then I'm out of control. I'm putting the onus and the energy into their hands. So today we're going to talk about how to actually be good at sales. And it's not by learning another script. We'll get there, but like right now, you need to master yourself first. The first sale that you'll ever make and that you'll make on a daily basis, if not hourly basis, is yourself. And that's the thing that most people struggle with is selling themselves. They become soft. They doubt themselves. They don't believe in their own skill set, which is annoying, but to be expected. And once you master yourself, you'll close more because you can't close from like a position of chaos. Can't close in an unsafe environment for your brain, for your body, for the prospect. You can only close from being calm. If you think about it like this, I don't want to spend 10 grand anyway. I especially don't want to spend 10 grand with someone I've just met on the phone that's high energy, that's fucking tripping out a bit, that's fucking coming at me. I want to spend money with someone that's like calm energy, relaxed. I feel safe. I feel secure. That's how you need to think about it. And you always think about it. If the shoe was on the other foot, if you were the prospect buying, how would you feel right now? Yeah, I woke up. Cool. There's a couple of truths that you need to know. And for me, the best closers, they don't sell at all. They let people buy. And they do that by leading. And like I mentioned before, they make people feel safe enough to make a decision. And that's it. It's simple, really. Make someone feel safe so they can make the decision that they actually want to make. Because if you don't make them feel safe, they'll never do it. And you can't do that if you're over-explaining, if you're chasing the sale, if you're attached to the outcome, or if you just care too much. It just won't work for you. In my mind, there's a few different pillars that make you good at sales. Number one is just controlling the energy. And I'm going to go into energy a lot. And sales is just an exchange of energy. And you might be like, what do you mean, Connor? What do you mean a fucking exchange of energy? What I mean is like the energy that I have on, like, for example, Instagram is high impact, high energy. And I know that it just gets clicks, right? Whereas on YouTube, I'm like lower energy. I'm more relaxed. If you take this version of Connor onto a sales call, you'll close anything. You take Instagram Connor onto a sales call, a lot harder to close because the energy is just too fucking, it's like unregulated. It's a bit of a crack addict energy and no one wants to be around a crack addict. So to regulate your own nervous system, you need to be calm. You need to make sure you can be relaxed a lot, whether it's by doing meditation, breath work, going on lots of walks, reading books. You know, there's a lot of things you can do for mindfulness. And the calmer you are, the better. Like the best closers that I've ever met, some of them are crack addicts, yeah, sure. But like the actual best closers that I've met are very fucking calm. Very fucking stoic. Because all you need to do, if it's an exchange of energy, say this is your energy here and you're real calm, relaxed, nonchalant. and you get them, what you need to do is make sure that they come down to your energy, because then you dictate the pace. If you want to take them up, you take them up. If you want to take them down, you take them down. Whereas if they're up here and you're down here, and they pull you up even a little bit, you've lost your edge, you've lost your frame, you've lost your energy. So you need to make their nervous system feel safe. So bringing them down, lower energy, more relaxed, bomb, like a safe place. Next pillar, I touched on it just there, is frame. Tired this morning. So a frame, you want to guide the conversation. So by doing that is by being the authority. There's multiple different types of frame. The only one you'll really need to know now is the authority frame. So if you know everything about the offer, if you know everything about the business, if you know everything about the transformation that's going to undergo, then you can have very high levels of authority. Obviously, you're not going to start out with super high levels of authority, but the quicker that you can grow a pair, be a fucking, man, and take charge of situations in a, not like a dominating way, but in a confident and calm way, then you'll naturally just guide people. And then once you guide, people follow. Simple as that. People need to be led, but they don't want to be fucking dragged along by the neck and slammed into a sale. And then finally, the third pillar is just to control yourself. So your tone, the tone of voice that you use. Some people have high, things, inflections up, deflections is down. It's just when the tone changes at the end of your word or sentence. Usually inflections are for questions. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Like, it's just like a change in tone. Like, it's a lot more lighthearted. Ready to rock and roll, right? More like say, yeah. Ready to rock and roll, right? Like, the energy isn't there. So your tone is key. Tonal pitch. Then your pace. For me, the slower the better. Like, I'll get messages on Instagram, and this is where there's a bit of a disconnect between my Instagram and YouTube and real life, to be honest. I got a message from a business owner the other day that I'm doing some work for. They were like, I'm surprised how slowly you talk. And for me, sometimes I don't think enough before I talk, to be honest. Just blurt shit out. And even then I feel like I'm talking slowly. So for me, talking slowly, one, demands the attention that I want. People hang off your every word if you talk slowly. And by doing that, you give yourself time to think. You become more of an authority. Like, you never saw a fucking gangster talk real quick. Like, you see fucking any fucking big dog businessman, gangster, fucking hotshot, it was talk real slow. And for me, volume is a big thing as well. I don't have the greatest tonal range. Fairly monotone. But I know that I can do a lot of it with the volume of my voice. Real high when I'm gassed up, real low when I want them to feel safe and relaxed. Because I know the quieter you speak, the more people have to lean in to listen. So I do that in real life as well. Speak slowly. Speak. I don't have to be super quiet, but like, speak with conviction. But you don't have to be like, I'm never the loudest person in the room, ever. Unless you've just been wakeboarded or something, then maybe I am. But as a whole, your tone, your pace, and the detachment that you have from the outcome is your superpower. So for me, I know that everyone can buy. I know that I might not be the person that can get everyone to buy. So for me, I'm not really bothered. I've had it drilled into me from a very young age when I started sales that you do not think about what is going to happen. Because as soon as you do that, you lose the sale. And then you make no money. It's like, real simple. Don't care about the outcome. You'll make more money. Like, I couldn't make it any more simple. Next step is more about like I know I said energy before, but I just want to delve deep into it because I learned this by just being it, whereas I can teach you it now very early on, and you'll become it. Because sales is an energy exchange, and people buy certainty. And again, I'm going to use the example of like philosopher versus the crack addict. Even if you took what they looked like away and you only heard their voices and their energy and you could feel it through their voice, you would buy from the philosopher because he sounds intellectual, sounds regulated and calm, sounds professional. Because if your voice shakes, they'll feel the doubt. You can smell the doubt a mile off. And if you sound calm, they'll feel safe. Because energy sells way before logic ever does. And typically, you'll tell people in sales to buy from emotion, which is great. But you want them to feel safe. You want them to feel secure. You want them to feel like they can trust you, which they can. Which leads into more about identity. I've always loved being known as a salesperson. I used to dine out on it, just knowing that people wouldn't do the job, because now sales has become sexy all of a sudden. But when I started, it wasn't sexy. It was like, fuck, you're a fucking timeshare salesman. You do cold calls. You do door knocking. Like, people would fucking wince and be fearful of my sales skill set. And I used to love that, because I was like, you guys ain't going to fucking put in the work to make the money that I'm making or have the lifestyle that I do, because you just don't have it in you. You haven't got the dog in you, boy. And for me, I know I've got the dog in me. So a big thing for any identity is like having a look at yourself is, do you have the dog in you to like put in the work and ride the highs and the lows? And if you don't have it in you now, do you think it's somewhere in you that you can then let it release? Because yeah, you're not just a salesperson. As much as you love it, you're the decision maker for other people. And just so you know, a bit of advice. I've sat on sales calls that turned out to be the best decision of my life, but I didn't want to buy. And luckily, the closer helped me through my own fears, my own thoughts, the own bullshit narratives that I was selling myself. And really, I just needed to make the decision and go all in. Because he knows if he let me off the call, I never would have bought. Ever. Maybe I'd have a moment of realization a week or two later. But like, to spend 13 grand on a call, you're like, I don't want to do this. And I made it back the following week. Same with when I spent, what was it? 14K the other week. Spent it, made the same amount of money back on the same call, because I'd made the commitment to paying. So that's a lot of these things. Like, you'll pay for sales training, you'll pay for e-commerce training, you'll pay for whatever fucking training you get. As long as you put in the work and the intention is there and you go with honesty, you'll make it back. Maybe not on the same call, but you'll make it back for sure. Next part of the identity game is, like I said, they're paying for you, your certainty, your energy, your knowledge, not your product. The product is on the back end. You are the only thing that they play and pay. If you imagine a game of poker, you play the man, you don't play the hand. It's the same concept. You play the person opposite you. And finally, good salespeople pitch. And then great closers mirror back identity. Like, that's the whole thing about sales, is I'm going to hold up the mirror to you and I'm going to make you know, I'm going to make you understand that all I am is a mirror. I'm reflecting back to you. So great closers mirror back clarity. For me, I don't pitch, ever. Or if I do, it's about 14 seconds long. And all I do is I highlight exactly what they need in their life to get the transformation that they want. Done. Because I just mirror back the clarity that they need to give them the certainty that they need to feel calm enough to make the decision to move forward with me. Seems simple. So being good at sales comes down to being calm, curious, and having control. The calm element is about your breath, your body language, and the pauses that you have when you talk. The curiosity edge is just asking, never assume. Play dumb a little bit. the best closers I know, play dumb a little bit. What do you mean by that? I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of a brain fog moment. What do you mean by that? Let's go deeper and deeper and deeper. If you assume, boom, you're done. That will be the reason that they don't buy, because you assume something earlier on. And then finally, control. Just lead the decision. People want to be led. Everyone's looking for a leader. Every country has a leader. Every fucking friendship group has a leader. Every business has a leader. Every sales conversation has a leader. Everyone's looking for some leadership, a North Star to guide them. So be that person. And what you have to stop doing is stop talking too much, stop needing a sale, stop using fake enthusiasm as confidence or friendliness, because the loudest person in the room is never in control. Here's a little framework for you. Before every call, do some breath work, 60 seconds beforehand. Set the intention, even write it down. I'm here to ask great questions. I'm here to find out if they're a good fit. I'm not here to sell anything. These people have come to buy. And then visualize calm energy from the start to finish. You can meditate if you want. But for me, what I'll always do is I'll play like a certain song. I'll play Congratulations by Post Malone. It's my sales song. So whenever I sell, I play that and it makes me feel great. It makes me feel relaxed. It makes me feel fucking happy. So I'll do those 3 or 4 things if you like. And there's a lot of mistakes in sales, common mistakes, because people think being good at sales is just about convincing people. It's about actually helping someone confront their actual truth. And what I mean by that is people will tell themselves random shit that they want. Yeah, I want a fucking Ferrari. No, you don't, bro. You want $5,000 a month and you want to live in Thailand or do a Muay Thai camp. Like, people don't even know what they want because they don't think about it. They just go from what other people are doing. So finding their truth, confronting it is huge. And then a lot of people think your job is to push, but it's really just to reveal what they already know. They're here for a reason. They already know they need the help. You just need to uncover it. You're like an archaeologist. You're just slowly scratching away little bits of dirt, revealing what is underneath. So yeah, I guess sort of like, finally, sales isn't about perfection. It's about the presence that you bring. You come very, very present. You're not living in the past. You're not living in the future. Now is the only time. And if you can stay calm, curious, and certain, you'll win in any fucking market. Because the main thing about sales is it's like it's emotional maturity disguised as business. That is it. So you're essentially a therapist for people, and you take their money to help change their lives. I'm overweight. Cool. Give me 10 grand and we'll get you in shape. Boom, done. I don't know how to sell. Cool. Give me 10 grand and I'll get you in the fucking best position you can be to fucking close deals and make 10K a month. Boom, done. I want to start an e-commerce business. Okay, give me 10 grand and I'll help you set up and fucking run and get sales in an e-commerce business. Like, it's all the same thing. All you're doing is taking someone from where they are now, their current state, to where they want to be. And the only area in between is the work. But then you've still got to sell them in the front end. And that only requires a mixture of emotional intelligence, emotional maturity, conviction, confidence, honesty. It's really quite simple. Once you break it down, you understand it. Psychology of sales, it's really that simple. And the better you get at managing your own emotions, the better you get at making money. That's it. There's no place for fucking you letting your emotions fly in the workplace, that's for sure. So, that's pretty much it for today. See you tomorrow. Excited for it. How to build your LinkedIn for remote sales roles. So I'm just going to give you some quick actionable tips on how to build it for LinkedIn and why you should build it for LinkedIn. I think this is important because you can get a lot of job offers from LinkedIn and just become a bit of an authority in the space. And when I'm saying about being present and having the sort of calm conviction, when you get someone come to you for a role rather than you apply for it, it makes you feel different. You feel like more of a boss, more like you're meant for this. And that's how I want people to feel, because I know that even changing your own belief systems and changing your own way of how you feel is tough. But you have to be able to change how you feel from not good enough to close $10,000 in a month of commissions. Because once you've done that, you've gone through that change, you can then implement that change on other people. So for me, it's always like, never ask someone to do what you haven't done yourself. I don't ask people to pay for training unless I've done it myself. I don't ask people to change their thought processes or ideas unless I've done it myself. I don't ask people to fucking hit the gym unless I've done it myself. Like, everything that I want to say, I have done and continue to do. Because then it's the integrity is there, it's congruent. But yeah, see you soon. Tomorrow is another day. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And sorry about yesterday's fucking dark, bad quality, but I just wanted to get videos out because, again, speed is key. When you think you want to do something, just do it. The perfection will come. I can remake those videos later, but now I'm fucking on the roll and ready to go. And it's the same with anything in life. Just get it done.